I want you to imagine the infinite potential of this mantra if you practice at a waking state, but also at a sleeping state. Welcome to another Celtic Taoist video. In several spiritual cultures, there is something called mantra, which is a chant in Sanskrit that is repeated multiple times in order to apply some special esoteric effects on yourself. It can be clearing negativity, it can be removing obstacles, it can be a lot of different things. It can boost your self-confidence, it can it can do a lot of things, a lot of metaphysical thing on you and on your situation. Now I want to share a specific mantra that I use and that I have been practicing for about 3 to 4 years, and it is a Buddhist mantra called Om Mani Padme Hum, one of the most popular and known mantra. It is one of the most powerful mantra in my opinion, because it is, for one, it is simple. It's just 6 syllables, so your unconscious mind can remember very easily this mantra, and I'll share to you why this is a big advantage. Secondly, but this is my personal opinion, it's not relying on any god or goddesses. And a lot of mantras from Hinduism are actually mantras that use the power of Hinduism gods and goddesses. And I'm not saying that they are not strong, but you still kind of rely on the power of a deity. Mantras are known to be the product of spiritual engineering. So, for example, if a mantra is created by a god and goddesses, then those god and goddesses engineered that mantra to be used in a specific way. Now, Om Mani Padme Hum was said to be created by the compassionate, the Buddha of compassion, Bodhisattva, and in Chinese it's Kuan Yin, and it does not call out to her. It is a spiritual engineering used to be working by itself. So why do I find this mantra so different? There are several reasons. First reason is that this is one of the only mantra that creates merits for you. I use the term merit in Western culture. It is often called good karma. But if you're familiar with Chinese series that are often showing some aspect of the Buddhist and Taoist culture, when there are English subtitles, they will actually translate that to merits, which is which is often characterized as points that represents your virtue and your contribution to the good of the world. Merit is important for you if you are on the spiritual path, because it will be able to determine whether you are able to incarnate yourself, to reincarnate, sorry, in higher realms such as the land of Buddha and the land of God and goddesses. If you are not able to, you have to reincarnate in a realm similar to this one, and continue to accumulate merits. But if you in one, if in this lifetime you are able to accumulate enough merit, then there's no point in coming back, because you would already have transcended this evolutionary state. When you start practicing for the first time Om Mani Padme Hum, if you're sensitive enough, you will start feeling like your energetic body, or even your body, because I could feel personally like there was like drops, like water drops falling out of my body, and I I felt like it was my body actually shedding the most dirty parts of my body. In other words, I felt like my body was getting purified and going through like a refinement process. Now bear with me, because this reason is the reason why I strongly encourage everyone on the spiritual path to practice this mantra, because I have reached a state where my unconscious self is able to chant the mantra. So I am able to practice this mantra and chant it while sleeping. And when that happens, a lot of things can happen when I chant this mantra while sleeping. My astral body will actually elevate to reach the realm of the Buddha and or the land of God and goddesses. And sometime I will actually attend some classes that some of them hold in their realm, and learn a lot of things. Basically, I think it's getting too complicated, but basically what happens is that you will be able to grow exponentially your spiritual power. Another reason is because when you practice this mantra in this state, so one thing that happened to me was I was called while chanting the mantra to join a lot of other people who were also practicing this mantra, and in the invisible or astrally, we actually went through a journey while continuing chanting the mantra, of course, through places with war. And I think we were like in places like Iran, and where today there's actually war, and we were getting shot at by people, but we kept chanting the mantra. Like, it hurt a little bit, but we kept chanting the mantra and going through the whole country, or the whole streets. We kept chanting and chanting, and the goal of that, I know that it is to clear the bad karma of people from those places, and clearing the karma and being compassionate of those people who are in this evolutionary state give you tremendous amount of merit. So what happened after that is the heavens, we call that Tian in Chinese, but I found myself in a carriage, almost like a rich person. You know, the carriage, like that word that in Chinese tradition, that is held by people and walking. And me and other people that were with me, we were in those carriage. The video is getting too long, but we were in this carriage with a lot of almost like a very luxurious carriage and with decoration and all of that. And above the carriage were falling down like magic, money, gifts, and spiritual pills in Chinese tradition, or like in a Chinese martial arts series, they use spiritual pills in order to elevate yourself in terms of spiritual power. And there is a chance that in these few moments I accumulated a lifetime worth of merit. According to Buddhism, this mantra's effect clears the sixth suffering of all sentient creatures. And when I say sentient creatures, that means human, but also living beings from the animal kingdom. And according to Taoism and Buddhism, it's very close in terms of this aspect, is that creatures in the animal kingdom go through much more suffering because they had uh, lesser karma. In terms of, according to Buddhism, a person can reincarnate in the animal kingdom most of the time when they have bad karma. I want you to imagine the infinite potential of this mantra if you practice at a waking state, but also at a sleeping state where you astral travel and you go through a lot of in places, because of course there's in the invisibles there's no distance. But so when you, in a sense, if you practice this mantra in the invisible, then you have unlimited range of effects. I can already while making this video, I can already feel the resistance of the darkness for against this video, especially the entities that want to keep us locked in this evolutionary state. Now, I don't want you to trust blindly what I say. I want you to turn off this video right now, before I finish the speech, of course. Turn off the video, try practicing the mantra for several days, and if the effects are as I described or better, I want you to like and subscribe, because I will upload more interesting tricks and interesting subjects that allow you to develop yourself spiritually efficiently.